What's up everyone? Hope you're doing well today. My name is Qasim and today I want to share with you all my everyday carry or EDC items for 2021. We're 6 months into the year and I've taken a look at everything that I've really loved and I carry with me day in and day out. Now before I start, check in the description down below so you guys can jump to your desired section of the video. Also guys, anything I mention here will be posted down in the description if you need links to any of it. So first and foremost, I want to answer my most asked question. For those of you that are familiar with my channel, you guys know I have both the 12 Pro and the 12 Mini. I love both of these phones, but if I had to just pick one, it would be the 12 Mini. I said this in my 6-month review of this phone that the 12 Mini is like a fun size candy bar with all the flavor, all the calories, and all the fat. It's so true. Never have I had a compact phone that is so capable, takes amazing pictures and videos, and the only downside that I get with this on heavier days of use is the battery doesn't make it through the day. But other than that guys, for most of my days, I have no trouble with this phone. So guys, if you have one of these 12 minis, if you want to take the camera a little bit further, I recently did a video on the Sandmarc clip-on filters. Those are really awesome and they're really going to enhance the picture and video quality that you can achieve with just the 12 mini. So if you're somebody that's into photography and videography, I'll link that video down below. Definitely check it out. Now with the Mini, you'll notice I've got an Apple leather MagSafe case on here. I went back to these cases this year. In fact, I got 3 of them. I started with the Baltic blue, then I got the black to match the black Mini's color, and then I also got the deep violet or purple, whatever it's called. I went with these 3 because I like changing the look based on like what I'm feeling, what I'm wearing for that day. And the other reason I picked up the second 2 is because Best Buy, for some reason, had the Apple MagSafe leather cases on sale only for the Mini, and they were only $10. So when I got this email from Best Buy, I went in and I scooped up 2 more cases. Otherwise, I would have just stuck with the Baltic blue. Now, a couple things I like about leather is just how it patinas over time. I shared this with all of you in my 6-month Baltic blue Apple leather case review that I did for the Mini. I compared it with the new one and I really showed that how leather ages with time. The other thing I really like is how grippy leather cases become with time. In that video, I also showed how to care and clean your leather case, so definitely check that out if you want to. The last thing I love about leather cases is the fact that if you have any scratches or if you have any scuffs on these, they kind of become like scars. So if you ever get a cut on your hand, you'll notice that a little while later, few months into it, you get a little tiny scar, and every time you look at it, you're reminded of what happened to you. That's kind of what happens with leather cases. For example, I dropped mine and I got this scuff here in the bottom corner, and now just a few weeks later, it's just a dent. It looks like a scar. I know what happened to it, but it just kind of fades away with time. Now, one last reason I went for the Apple leather case this year is because of Magsafe. I wanted it to be compatible with all the different accessories like car mounts, etc. And that brings me to the Apple leather wallet. I know people had mixed feelings about these wallets when they first came out, but almost a year later, I still love mine. I've actually got a black one and a brown one. So depending on the case I'm rocking or what I'm wearing, I'll kind of either use the black one or the brown one. The brown one I tend to use with the blue leather case, and then the black one I use with the purple and the black. I think it looks really nice. Now before this, guys, I had this Tiffany slim wallet. So this was actually $130. It carried all of my cards perfectly fine. It had a slot for the license and etc. I even had some loyalty cards, a gym membership card. All of that was carried with this wallet, and I've always loved slim wallets. So when this came out, I had this for 3 years, and that's why I immediately made the switch. I did have to reduce the amount of cards, but that was a good thing. I put a lot of them into Apple Pay, and I've only got 2 debit cards and my license in the Apple Magsafe Wallet. So the Apple Magsafe Wallet for me personally fit my profile. It was leather, it was slim, it was easy to carry. Most of the time I have it on my phone, just in my pocket, and that's it. I like the fact that I don't have to waste space. I don't like carrying that many things with me on a daily basis. Now, speaking of pockets, the other thing that lives in my pockets and is with me every time I go out is my key. I don't like things hanging from my key. This is for my 328i. It's a 2013. I've had it since this car had 13,000 miles, and now it's getting close to 200,000. I drive a ton and I'm always on the move on a daily basis, so this car has been with me for a long time and I've absolutely loved it. I hate having keychains and things. I even got air tags, but I didn't even put an air tag on the key simply because I like the key on its own. Now, one thing I do love about my car is the simplicity. I love the simplicity of a BMW's interior, and I love the comfort, of course, but I'm a practical person, and as long as this car is with me, I'll keep rolling with it. I have no need to change my car. So we've got everything covered in terms of what goes in the pockets. We've got the phone, we've got the wallet, and we've got the keys. Now let's talk about what happens when I step outside. Let's start with the iPad Pro. This is a 2018 11-inch iPad Pro, and guys, this thing does all of my work. From any documents, any business related stuff. I have iCloud on here, so if I need to access any of the files that are on my desktop, I can access them here through the Files app. I can edit parts of my videos when this space isn't available. My wife works from home from this office as well, so a lot of times I'll just use iMovie to do little bits of edits throughout the day when I get time. I do artwork on here through Procreate. I use this for everything. I love this iPad Pro, and I'm going to be doing a video on as to why I didn't buy the M1 iPad Pro and why a 2018 iPad Pro, even 3 years in, is still performing well and still is doing everything I needed to do. I've got this paired with the Logitech Slim Folio keyboard. I really like the feel of the keys. I like the travel on them, the sound of them, and then I like the fact that it's backlit. It's got a bunch of shortcuts at the top. You're missing a trackpad, but I don't really need a trackpad as I use my Apple Pencil. That's what I use when I'm drawing or doing any kind of editing for a video on here. It's the Apple Pencil 2, and I like that it's got a little loop for it. What's nice is that this is the perfect angle for me to use this, and it just folds right up and closes right up, and I'm good to travel. So I always have this with me. I don't keep it in any kind of bag. I just carry it like this, and it's good enough for me. The other item that I keep with me if I step outside is this little pouch. So I got this with my Aperture lights. They're lights just like this. I use them for a lot of product shots, to light products while I shoot B-roll, while I do thumbnails, etc. So these lights are really awesome. The size of this pouch is both practical in terms of carrying everything I need to carry, and at the same time it's convenient enough. It's got this metal hook, so I can hook it to my belt. That's what I usually do if I'm out shooting any product shots outdoors. And then right here, you can actually run a belt through this slot here too. Now in this pouch, I actually keep in the front pocket, I keep a 20-watt Apple USB-C adapter. The reason I keep this, guys, is because you never know. I always have a car charger when I'm on the go, but you never know when this might come in handy. Sometimes we run into emergencies, our phone dies. This comes in handy to charge up your phone, iPad, everything. So I have this with me. And then the other item I have in here is my AirPods Pro. Despite the fact that I have the AirPods Max, the AirPods Pro are just so convenient. If I'm just stepping out, I can throw them in my car, in a pocket. I can throw them in this pouch if I know I'm going to be out for a little while, but those go with me everywhere. The AirPods Max are more for when I do video edits, when I'm listening to music here while I'm working, things that I do at this desk or around the house. But when I go out, it's always the AirPods Pro. They sound great, they're convenient, their charge lasts a long time, and I love the noise cancellation. And right now, if you don't have a pair, it's a pretty good time to pick up one because on Amazon, you can find them pretty cheap. Now in this back pocket here, guys, I've got two items. One, which I actually added recently. So the first one I want to talk about is this 6-foot USB-C to lightning cable. Now this is useful because I have the wall plug, so if I need to charge or if a cable goes bad, I can't tell you how many times I ran into situations where I either lost a cable or a cable went bad and I had to buy one from a random store. So now I always keep a 6-foot one. Now the reason I keep a 6-foot one is because if I'm going to be at a coffee shop or a cafe or something and I can't be close to an outlet, at least this will give me that space. So that's why I do that. And one thing I really love about this cable is how it just wraps up. It's got this little strap around it, and this is an MFI cable, which I'd highly recommend that you all use anytime. Don't use unauthorized accessories with your iPhones. It's simply not worth it. Don't save the money. This is a high quality one and I absolutely love it. Now this was more useful for me before I got the Magsafe battery pack. So I recently actually started carrying this around. I just reviewed this. I like this battery pack a lot. Now I don't use this every day simply because like most of the time, even with my 12 mini, I can make it through the day. But what I have been doing is that when I get into days where I have heavier usage, like I mentioned earlier, instead of now me charging, I just throw this on the mini instead. And what I like about that is the fact that now when I'm out at a cafe, like I was the other day, I didn't have to worry about plugging in with this plug. I just put this on here and it started charging my phone. I was working on my iPad and now my phone's charging and I don't have to worry about being right next to an outlet. I've been doing that around the house too. So I had one day, again, heavier usage, and instead of me plugging in a cable to my Mac Mini, which usually is right under this desk, and I grab it when I need to charge my phone or something, I don't do that anymore. I just slap this onto the phone and let it charge. And what's nice is that it's a charger too. This, I think, is going to be our gateway eventually into portless iPhones. So I really love this battery pack. It's the only Magsafe battery pack available at the moment. So if you want to pick one up, definitely a good buy. So now I'd like to move on to what's on my wrist, the Apple Watch. I have the Series 4. I got it with this Milanese band. It's a great watch. For me, like the kind of consumer I am, I'm not really big into spending a lot of money on a watch. I have a couple watches from years and years ago that match well with different suits and outfits that I'm going to be wearing. But one thing I really liked about the Apple Watch when it came out is the fact that I can change the band. I can change the band to the kind of shoes I'm wearing or to the kind of outfit I'm wearing. Usually I like to match my watch, my belt, and my shoes. And this is perfect to do that. The other thing I'm really surprised by is just the durability. This is a Series 4 and more than 2 years later, it's doing absolutely fine. I really love it. Like, I have no need to upgrade this watch because it's doing everything it should be doing. It tells me the time, I like customizing the face and the bands. And I love the fact that it tracks my calories, all my steps, etc. Now, one thing I really love about my Apple Watch is the Milanese loop. I got this when I bought the watch, and I've wore this day in, day out, and I spent a lot of time outdoors, and I was surprised that I couldn't get this thing to wear. I was really surprised at the durability. At first, I did consider buying one of those, knockoff or replica ones off of Amazon, but I decided to go with this because I just love the look of it, and it's held up really, really well. Being outdoors all the time, using it this much, I'm very surprised at how well it's lasted with time. I also love how it matches my 12 Pro, my 12 mini. I've been going back to all these space gray and neutral colors. I really like this graphite, space gray, black kind of look. I'm really digging it, and I've been just buying so many things that are just black or space gray or graphite. All right, guys, so last but not least, I want to talk about this ring. This is my wedding ring, not my actual wedding one, but one of the bands that I have. So I have this black band just to kind of match when I wear darker outfits. I love it. And then I have the original one, which is like a gunmetal gray. I really love that band as well. And then I've also got a silicone one for when I'm out and about and I don't want to worry about damaging any of my bands or scuffing them. Usually when I go to shoot like product shots outside or when I go to work out, I'll be using that silicone band. But I do like changing between this black one and the gunmetal gray, depending on what I'm wearing that day. Alright guys, so that is everything I love to carry on a daily basis. So for those of you that were wondering, these are all the things that I keep with me on a daily basis. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below with anything that you'd like to say, and most importantly guys, take care, and I will see you all in the next video.